All right, so this video, I'm just going to quickly cover just real basics to the Yearbook 360 program. And then eventually maybe Mrs. Grossman and I will put together a few additional that go over other information that could be important for you. This is what Mrs. Grossman and I see. So we'll see the ladder, which is each spread from page to page. All right, so we can see what you're working on. You are not going to see this entire ladder. You will see the pages that you are specifically working on. So for instance, Abby, Arista, Emily, and Jeffrey are working on faculty superlatives. If I click on this, this is what they see. If I wanted to go edit the spread, I can. So I wanted to show you a few basic tools to get you around your page. So most importantly, your job is to find images, right? You want to find as many images as you can and as much content as you can, some information. Interview people, do surveys, right? Mrs. Grossman and I will talk more about that. And I'm sure some of you are working on this already. If you've worked in like Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, this program you may find very similar. It is different, but similar in many ways. If you've never used those programs, I think that you can easily navigate it and won't have a problem working in here. The first thing I'm going to show you is your text. So if I wanted to change my text, actually let's start with selection tool. Selection tool, you can select objects using your arrows on your keyboard. You can nudge them back and forth or up and down. Okay. You can also rotate it if you wanted it to be on a diagonal. You can also do this with pictures. You can select anything on here and move it around as you wish. If you have a template on your page, I would keep it and just drag and drop and change text. As far as text goes, you can click on information, you can highlight it, you can change the color of it. So if I wanted to make it like yellow, I can. I can also like lower the opacity. Whoops, that's to zoom in and out. Sorry. This double. What are we doing here? Okay. I can also zoom in and out. On the right side, I can highlight my text. And I can change the font style. I'm not changing it right now because I don't want to mess with the page that people are working on. You can change alignment, so you can make it left, centered, or right, or just justify it. You can underline information. You can change the size of it, the point size. You can change spacing. You can add effects to it. All right, so I'm not going to play around with this, but you can see that all this information is off to the right side. What's really important to understand is just that you can move some of it around. You can change the type by selecting it, and you can also change the point size and the color and so forth. You can also copy and paste things. So if I wanted to select this, I can edit, copy, and then do edit, paste, and it will paste that information. So if I wanted to copy something, I can move it around. I can also delete things by pressing the delete key on my keyboard if I didn't want it. Select it and then delete it. As far as pictures go, you can select. Now see, I just nudged that picture a little bit. I can undo that by doing redo and undo. Right. I can select my picture and go down to my photo tray. and go to recommended to spread. And I've got my favorites, which I don't have any yet. I have approved yearbook snap pictures. All right, I've got, and it's just induction. So I'm going to go to approved yearbook snap pictures and scroll through. So I can see all of the pictures we have up to this point. More are coming for sure. And I can select a picture. So not that this is most likely to be mistaken for a student, but let's say that this picture is. I can actually take it and drag it, and it will sit and fit right into that space. Right. And then I can do that for all my other pictures. So your job is to really make sure that you collect your pictures, right? And then drag and drop them into each of your templates here and change the names of the information provided and also any text that you have, like paragraphs of information, interviews with people, things like that. All right. There may be pages that we have 4 people working on. Your job is to assign maybe 1 point person or 2 point people to lay out the images in the page. It would be too much for 4 of you to try and lay out a page. I would take 1 person to lay out the page and the rest of you to find the information. So based on who you're working with, these are things that you need to think about. All right, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, let Mrs. Grossman or I know.